tried to just stream, but something was going on with the internet. Not really sure what that was all about. It may just be the local stuff. It seems like a lot of players got disconnected, which would suck because it really is something I don't have control over. Say min raise, I called it, and re-raise. And I just happened to flop a good gut shotty kind of hand. So it's basically a 7, a queen, jack. Jack's pretty good. Queen's not so great now, but 7 is alright. I think we're going to give it up. Yeah. His 3-barrel is ridiculous, but... Or his 3-bet pre-flop is ridiculous, but I don't think we're getting him off anything with value. The idea there was just to make a long shot hand, like the flush. Or the straight, really. Picked up quite a bit. I think I'm going to get off this short-handed table. I got another 50 NL over here. Just off screen. I'm going to check this one. There's definitely an argument to be made for betting. I'll fold that one. Yeah, I definitely could have taken the shot on the flop, but yeah, fuck it. I mean, this is a good table. It's just like, how many do I want to run? I mean, this one I've already tripled on, practically. So, maybe we're supposed to get off of this one. Because we won't get as much action. So yeah, let's do that. Boa Island, we'll get off that one. Bring in the 50 NL down here. So we got 1, 2, 3 50 NLs and 2 10 NLs on screen. I'm going to be playing other 10 NLs off screen. But you don't need to see those. I'll just bring this down just a little. That's a little small. Bring that up. Nope. And bring this over. Does that look alright? Yeah. So, like I was saying, we got 50 NLs, we got 10 NLs, and we got the 2250 daily deep stack $20 buy-in freeze out. That's the FO you see up there. And that's where we're at. I kind of want to make this a little smaller. I think I'm gonna. Tournament's the biggest one, so we'll move that up just a little so we can see. I guess we can move this up too. Right? Yeah. All right. Get on another 10 NL just off screen. I'm basically trying to play all the 9 max of 10 NL and 50 NL I can handle, prioritizing at least 2 tables of 50 NL. There's only 3 50 NLs going right now, so I'm on all of them. So, and we'll just rotate in and rotate out like we always do. But if you see this little tail end over here, that's the tables I'm playing just off screen. And that's where we're at. Hopefully this thing won't be so rough anymore. This is weird. I'm just gonna fold. I don't know what this guy's doing. But this is how you get sucked into weird situations. I don't need to wait. That's a 10 and 0. Feeling pretty good. Didn't end up playing last night. Ended up, I'm currently back on my diet, which is basically just eating the same thing 5 times a day. Works pretty well for me. But I had to do a lot of cooking, so I decided to cook about 35 pounds of chicken yesterday, chicken breasts, and rice, and sweet potatoes, and prepped my vegetables, and made my next 9 meals pre-packaged last night. And got plenty more to work with, so I'm happy. It makes me feel very safe and secure and not like I'm gonna, lose my fucking mind. Oh, I love it. On this 10 and L on the side, I posted into pocket queens. It's always fun because people always think you're full of shit when you sit down and you're posted and then you make this big raise pre-flop. Nope, no action. What time is it? 1:21. Player's been here for 3 minutes. He's not reloading. Auto. When he 3-bets, it kind of really fucking sucks because people usually don't jump out of the gate fucking around. Yeah. So this is fine. Queens out of first. Oh. Get 3-bet by the rock. I hate to have to do it because he is such a nit, but I think the jam is the only way. Yep, queen. Come on, punish this fucking nit. It wasn't going to go any other way. He only had 25 bucks on the table. Or 30, 32. He's just such a fucking nit. Player leads into 5 players after I was the opener and he defended the blind. If this guy just has a flush draw, I'm going to throw up. You should have like a king queen or something. I mean, there's not much better flops than that, so we're going to go for the gusto. If this player does something weird, I have no problem getting it in right there. But we're basically just trying to, because nobody has ace-queen. I'm just charging draws and sets will fucking raise right there. I mean, this is a min raise, which is kind of stupid. I think it's to test if this player is actually trapping. Yeah, he limped out of first. Although this raise doesn't seem big enough. Yeah, see, this is dumb. See, he was just doing that to test. So this guy should only be betting big. Probably beat. His raise pre-flop wasn't big enough to push out any pairs. Should just get called 3 times. Or jammed on. Pocket fives, the 4-6-2 pair, the pocket fives fucking goes up. That's crazy. Pocket fives hits a set. Limped raised it out of first. Funny. I mean, it's 7-1. Raise that. Running diamonds. Nobody should really have a full house, so I think we just bet for value. I mean, what's the full house? Pocket sixes? That's pretty much it. Get led at and called behind. Yeah, I guess we fold. Ace-king pocket tens. Why don't you jam the ace-king pre-flop, bro? Look at this, I made the fucking straight. I'm supposed to call more often than he is. This guy's 7-8, I'll puke. Just drew for huge bets the whole way, huh? Way to go. Couldn't get a board pairing spade on the end. A lot of limping going on during the day. See, I feel like I could have done this, but yeah, that's why. I need ace-queen here to raise. A lot of people just open ripping 60 blinds on the 10 and L. Aces and kings. Oh, free roll. Nope, no free roll. So Big Mac 3-bets me. We had a limper in first. I think we're just going to call. King's not great. Check. If Mac bets and this guy folds, depending on how much he bets. Queen's kind of weird. That's a big bet now. Yeah, you got it, man. It's king queen. He just spiked it perfect. He was afraid of the ace king until that came off. Let's go ahead and raise. Love these jacks. Player check the flop, bet the turn. I'm going to check the river, see if he wants to bluff. Nope. My 10 jack good versus ace king. I'm guessing, or ace 10. Ace 6. Wow. The fuck? Wow. So he's a nit, but he overplays his position. That's interesting. That's kind of hilarious. A nit who doubles and then loosens up. The fuck was that? Raised and called. Did it just get checked down? I'm gonna look. Let's check the flop, bet the turn, checks river. He was really trying to lose with that ace jack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My Big Mac limps. If anybody back jams, I'm calling. It's fine. It's a pretty good flop. Don't know if I like being aggressive on it, especially when it's a limped pot. But the ace can definitely be good. The flush. Great, my action's killed. It's a bad bet sizing. But doesn't really matter. I don't know if he even had a spade. He could have had a set on the turn. Maybe I should have raised there, but I guess just need to restart because the internet seems better now. Oh, guy gets counterfeited with aces. God damn it. One club would have been fine. Two clubs sucks. I can't even bet. I was going to check the turn and bet the river, but when it comes off with a second club, I really can't. I mean, to be fair, he's not supposed to call much with just the ace on that board. Let's go ahead and bet this one's super small. I mean, this player's got $1, so I don't know if I can fold even if he jams. Oh, it sucks, but I have to call. Kings, and I cracked him. Nice trap, bro. You have $1 on the table. There's literally no reason for me to fold. Let's go ahead and raise this. You did min raise. You could have something. Have pocket fives. Have ace deuce. 10 cents on the end. No showdown for you. If he's got an ace, I don't know if he's going to be able to fold. Wow. Really had to think it over with your nothing, huh? Double gutty. Don't love the 8, but I don't think I can fold. He has an 8. He's trying to draw. He's got like 8-7 or something. See a lot of this during the day where players are trying to get down to the river and then make their big bet. And this is why you don't put only 50 blinds on the table. Guy just defended with ace-queen. Nice. I like it. No 3-bet. Check raise bet, and the guy just went apeshit with a 10. Wow. Dude, check raised him on the flop of ace-queen deuce. The guy calls it, and then bets turn pretty big, and then jams river, and the guy just call with ace-10, drawing dead. That's pretty stupid. On this board, hey, what's up, DeBoss? Chickadee, chickadee. I like want to play this, but I feel like there's 3 bets in here and in here. And I really don't want to play for like 9. Should be a proper 3 bet. Look at Red Panda. Save money. Don't mind this. Yeah. Free flop with the gay waiter. 10 of hearts, king of hearts. Can't call it. Because if anybody calls behind, I don't love it. Now the board pair. Just ran queens into aces. Got 3 bet and the guy just power jams the flop. It's so stupid because it's done with jacks, 10s, and all that, and I have fucking queens. I guess we can call this. That's okay. I guess we just check here and now chop. Now is this fucker gonna go for the bluff? This is fucking stupid. He's got the minimum flush. Really? Alright, beat me off a chop. Player's too smart. It's a pretty good flop. Just bet small. Limps the ace king and just calls down. This is fucking hilarious. Limp calls the ace king. You can win. You definitely don't call the all-in there. The bet's not bad. But you definitely don't call the all-in jam for fucking excessive amounts. Not a bad flop. It's not the best flop. Swear to God, if this guy has a fucking set or fucking gut shot it on me, I'm gonna cry. I think we check this one. Our opponent should have a lot of ace jacks, king jacks, king 10. Yeah. Probably could have gotten him off of it, but not really what I'm trying to do. Just putting in a little note. Oh, I got sat out, son of a bitch. Okay. Awful raise, bro. Drew might lead this, which is fucking annoying. Let's see if this guy checks. God damn it. Anything but an ace. Anything but an ace. Like, a king is fucking amazing, but anything but an ace. Like, even a queen's not that big a deal. I can still bet the turn, but I can't bet when a fucking ace rolls off. This fucker could have just 3-outered my 3-outer. Does he ever have, like, 10s here? I guess. Burning so hot lately, hit my bankroll peak last night. Might lean into more 50NL soon. Nice. I mean, is this just always jacks? That's the only reason I can see checking the flop. And then betting this huge on the river. You win, bro. Could have had kings, I guess. Alright, get 3-bet up here. That's fine. Nice. Always good to run well. And when you're winning, you should be playing more. So, if you're winning at 50NL, play more 50NL. Okay, I don't know what this fool was doing. But I kind of have to bet to look strong. Wow, double snap call. Look at this guy. I guess we check. Yep, that's the real hand. This is a stupid fucking draw. Just fucking draws for the world. Like, the thing is, you're not getting paid. Like, that's the real... That's the thing people don't realize. Like, making your hand is great, but if you can't get paid on it, you're just gonna miss so many fucking times like that. Just throw your fucking profit away. Do, 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 do. It's kind of a big open, but I kind of like the price. Gut shot. Wow. 7's not bad. Ugh. This is a queen a lot. I don't think I can bluff him off. I do have the 9-10 blocker. I could have gotten there. Look at this. I'm good. How does this guy call? What the fuck did you have? Ace King. How the fuck does this guy call with the King 10? That's some fucking fishy shit. That's a deuce. Player limps and then leads. And then we see a call. Sometimes there's a 9 out here, but there's so many draws I do think we have to raise. Or like sometimes there's pocket 9s. Yeah. The raise is fine. I don't know why he limped and then went for that big C-bet out of nowhere. Like, I don't think he even had anything going on. He might have had like pocket 5s or something. Like, I don't know what that's about. Just gonna call Drew. Miss. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back. Meal number 2 of the day. Chicken and rice with a little salsa. Sitting just below the average in the tournament, but it's still very early. Late reg is still open. Been up since like 10, so I'm right on schedule. Eating about every 3 or 4 hours. It's just a big bet with nothing, right? Oh. I want to start 3-betting him, but god damn it, like, I can't seem to hit a fucking board. It's fine. Fucking guy opens in early position so much, it's just ridiculous. I don't think we even bet here. You win. God damn, like, could you be playing more fucking hands? Like, play so differently during the day. This one's real disguised when we hit it, but we missed it. Had the price the whole way. Snap calls. Just got to bet twice. Got counterfeited on this other table, so the guy doesn't know how lucky he got. He called me with fucking garbage on my 2-pair, and then he tripped the river. Then he checked it, and I just checked it back. I guess he does know how lucky he got. The way it's been going, I almost want to take a break from the live bankroll, but I really want to try live. Live can be fun, man, but I just want to make sure you're fully prepared to play your actual game. And understand, if you play your game that wins online at 10 and L, 20 and L, you're not going to have to get as serious as 50 and L. playing 1-2 live or 1-3, you play that same game. Don't get intimidated. You're going to do very well. If you're winning at 10-0 and 20-0 online. Live players are so goddamn bad. It's going to boggle your mind. You're going to end up making calls and being like, holy shit, I won? Like, you're going to be like, I should win here. And then you'll be like, yeah, I won. The amount of times I outkick somebody playing live is insane. My favorite are the king queens, where I 3-bet the king queen from the button or from the blind. Flop comes off king high. Bet the flop. Then call, one guy calls. Bet the turn. One guy calls. And I check the river. And then this guy bets, and I'm like, well, that's not enough to fold, so I just call it. He's like, I got it. I got king jack. I'm like, I have king queen. Why didn't you bet? I'm like, are you calling? He's like, probably. I'm like, okay. Little walkie walk. Ooh. I guess we have to call here. Look at this, snap called me. Anything but an ace, huh? I can't believe this guy folded. He's supposed to have the ace. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. Unless he had exactly like pocket tens, but he's fucking snap called me. I mean, like, what's the limit at your local game? Because if it's a 1-2 or a 1-3 with like a $300 max buy-in, I would say just go try it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no shame in taking $300 down there and being like, all right. You're going to want to make your bets very statement-wise if you end up with a big pair, but mostly live poker is just flopping sets. Mining for sets. Taking your good odds on draws. Good odds. Don't get into this. Well, if I hit the flush, you have to think about if you're going to get paid. Now, there's some guys that I'll draw for huge bets because I know I'm just going to get it all. But the bets in relation to the pot don't matter as much. And your opening is going to be much bigger. So you're going to open at a 1-2, you're going to open to $10. Like, I think opening to less than that is kind of stupid. Like, you can kind of watch the table and, like, figure out what the standard open is and then use that. But if you get a hand early, you know, like if you're, you know, your first rotation, you get a hand. Back to the streaming grind again. Nice. I'm chill as fuck. Cop to do. Sleeping way better. Nice, man. Weed is a good tool. Wish I could do it. Can't do it anymore. Is this table worth hanging around? I don't really know if it is. Yeah, I've been streaming the grind. I'm just playing more offline too. Okay. I mean, the players were both short, so I guess it kind of goes, but... I always wonder if this guy's gonna like do something weird, but he's just kind of playing it. ABCing. Whew. Needed that. I'm going to raise this. King in the turn's pretty good. Just going to keep betting. I guess we just check, right? Wow. I did not expect him to have queens. Huh. Look at this, I got min raised. Wow. That's hilarious. Great play, bro. Ugh. Oh, chill as if you copped a Badoobie. Oh. Yeah. Eric just told me about the program he was into coming through. Made a lot of good money from it. Do. Mm-hmm. Chill as if. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Player limps out of first. Everybody folds down to this guy. Gonna do something goofy? I thought he was. Good time for a gut shot. Double gut shot. Could have led that turn, but I don't really think it's necessary. Especially when we want this call. Check the river. So it's only Queen 9 that beats me, so I think we go for the check raise. Forgot about my reading skills in chat. I mean, is there a point in raising here? Yeah, I think there is, because it's super rare that he's going to have queen 9, right? So 6-7 pays me. Sets pay me. 2 pairs on the river like Jack 10 pays me. I think this is a good raise. I don't think I can fold just because 9-7 is going to rejam. So are a lot of those other hands. But if he has queen 9, it's just too fucking bad. It'd be pretty balls to bet queen 9 on the turn. Unless it was exactly the queen 9 of hearts, it's pretty balls to bet that draw on the turn from Drew. So I don't know if it's ever possible. But I'm not folding. I can't for 20 bucks. All right, we got the call. Nice check raise. What'd everybody have? What'd you have? Come on, let's see it. 6-7, the straight trapping, and the Jack 10 on the river. The player who immediately improved on the river overcalled a check raise. So there was a bet he called. I check raised. He still had, what was that, like 35 blinds behind. And he decided just to call it off. It was a nice check raise. And it works so good because it's like, how do you get the nuts here? How do you get queen 9 here? Unless it's exactly queen 9 of hearts, right? So a lot of times he's right. I am going to have the same hand. But that was a nice one. I really like that one. That's a spot I would not have recognized about a month ago. I started studying more river, more river value bet places. There was a great bet or a great video by I think it was Assassinato. No, it was Faraz Jaka, and he was talking about how he plays tournaments mostly, but when he plays cash, he realizes that he believes most people bet the river improperly. Like he thinks people over at his level, and in tournaments he says people over bluff the river. But he said anything from 100 NL, people don't bluff the river very much. And as a rule of that, if you do weird stuff with the nuts, like check raising or check value betting, like I just did, he says you're going to get called way more often because players are going to be like, this is bullshit, and they're usually trapping with a good hand. And he's right. I was expecting to see sets, 2 pairs, and straights there, and having the second nuts versus the third nuts there is super valuable. Made an extra fucking $50 on the end if I didn't raise that. That's awesome. Because the other guy had 20 and got the full payoff from Drew. That was a great one. I'm really happy with that. That was a nice raise. I'm very proud of that. I'm looking at it. It's such a good raise. I'm watching the replay. It was $11 in that pot. He bet $7, and I raised to 33. 34. So I got an extra 27 plus the other guy, 33. I got an extra $43 and change out of that raise. That's 80 fucking blinds on the river. This is kind of weird. I'm going to call it, though. do get set over set sometimes here, but I don't think we want to not flop the deuces in this scenario. I would go to the smallest buy-in, man. For your first time playing live, go to the 1-2. I would go to the 1-2. You don't want good reviews at the casino. First time I played live, I was playing at the Stardust, which was on its way out. And it was the most money I'd made in a single night at that point, doing anything. And it was, it was a shithole at that time, back in 2005. Yeah, they both called because of the improvement on the river. The guy made 2 pair on the river, and he just doesn't want to fold the last 35 blinds he had. It's a nice turn. Big bet. That 8's kind of really bad. I'm going to check. I'm good. Versus 6-5, I'm good. Hilarious. Cool, Eric. We'll see you later, man. Talk to you in Messenger. Eric's a friend. I've known him since before I went to Canada. He actually interviewed me when I went to Canada all those years ago. And we've been friends ever since. I did call both hands. The straight and 10 jack. I mean, it's just, you see it so many times. Kind of makes sense. It's kind of a good flop. I'm just going to bet just to look like bullshit, and then I'm going to check the turn. Then I'm going to check raise. Pray he has a queen and a 6 comes off. Yeah. I guess I got the max. I don't know if he ever bluffs the river, so I think we're just trying to get value from a jack or, a draw. I definitely like that hand. That's my favorite hand of the day. It's just so great to be able to implement something you've been studying. It's not the first time I've done it, but I think it's come up mostly in tournaments. The most common spot you see for it is when you have the king-queen, and it's Jack 10-4, and somebody bets, and you call, and then somebody bets, and you call, and then you make the ace on the river, and they check, or they bet, or you check, and then they bet, and then you raise. People just can't get away from ace-jack, ace-queen, pocket jacks, especially when they've immediately improved on the river. They just can't do it. This is kind of... This player limped and called my raise. Really? So if he has the discipline to do this with aces or kings, I think I have to go bust here. Because he's going to also do it with 10s. Yep. That's what I thought. Get off this table. Got another 10 and L here. Don't love it, but I don't want to fold this one either. Ugh, thought it was going to be good. Saw 4, a diamond, 7. Wah, wah. I'm going to move the 50 and 0. So all these on the right are 50 and 0. Check. Feeling pretty good. Fold, fold. Is that one? Fold this one. That one. I'm kind of going with a 2.5x on the 10 and 0. Ugh, most aggressive guy in the world just hit the perfect flop on me. Got 3-bet from the big blind, and he always does that. And I ended up with top pair, and he actually had the overpair. And we ended up getting it all in on the turn. Yucks. That sucks. This fucking table on the side's really been fucking me. Called twice? This guy's only got... Fucking loser. Whatever. He's usually full of crap here, but I have a player behind. I can't do anything. I have notes on him. Yeah, he's a fish. But he's a donkey fish, so... When he's betting something. This is a huge huge re-raise. Go ahead, bro. Just 10x. So it's 30, 60, 90, 95 plus 30. A pot size bet there would have been 250. He made it 3. He's out of position. I guess it's okay. It's a little big, though. No, it would have been 220. Yeah, I was thinking that, too. Might as well try the lower game. I have built up enough for 1 buy-in already. I was originally going to shoot 2 buy-ins at the 500, but which is pretty much 2 buy-ins at the other game. Yeah, I would go with the lowest game possible, man. Take the pressure off yourself. You know? And if you wanted to, I did this when I was first learning how to play live and transitioning when I first moved to Vegas. They would tell me, the max buy-in was 300, but what I would do, because I was also broke, I would take like $500 to the casino and just buy in for 200 because I played 100 big blind poker. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to play 100 big blind poker, and I would just add on and add on and add on, as the night went on. Like, so I would go to the cage, I would get 200 in red, and then get a bunch of green chips, and just keep them in my pocket, for the other 300. And then when I fell down to like 150, I would just add on another 50. You know what I'm saying? And that way you don't end up overextending yourself all in one hand and, all that kind of stuff. And another player who was very experienced grinder told me at the time, he said that it was a really good idea because I told him the reason why I was doing it is because I couldn't see myself playing behind 150 blinds properly, especially when my whole, roll shot was, $500, that I needed to make rent. And he thought it was a really genius move to control the game for the statistics that I wanted. Like he said, you're just gonna play better. And I agreed. I should be good here a lot. He's gonna bet sometimes, but not often. In the tournament, I mean. Yeah. He's just gonna have like ace queen or something. Ace king. I guess I'm gonna take on another table on the side. Just because the 10 and L is kind of slow. What did you have? He had Queen Jack. So that one he should be bluffing. This is back in the day, too, when I played at Stardust, where people didn't refer to it as 100 big blind poker, but I said I knew how to play that format. And I don't know how much it changes at 150 big blinds. Now we have the metrics to understand that 150, 200, 300 big blinds is a much different game to be played. Getting it all in with kings at 100 big blinds is fucking automatic. But do you want to do it for 400 big blinds on a 4-bet jam? It's kind of not good. Okay, this raise isn't proper. We're going to re-raise. I could have even gone bigger. Sometimes this player's just reopening the betting, but I think when we get a rejam from him, it's usually ace-king, ace-queen. Because he only 3x'd it. I mean, he could just be a moron, but I don't think I'm going to fold here if he jams. 3,500 to win 85? No, I'm not going to fold. Chi-Chi's snoring. Yeah, he just folds. This is kind of weird. X minus being short. But I am going to 3-bet. Kind of sucks when this guy jams, but he's only going to have a pair, so we're just going to call it. He's just going to have tens. Okay, whatever. Oh, also another thing, good tip for live play. Go ahead and get yourself some white chips. Get a stack of white. That's 20 white chips. And don't forget to tip the dealer. On your average pot, give the dealer $2. If it's a really big pot, or you get lucky, spread the wealth. But understand that is part of the game. And assholes who worry about tipping the dealer affecting their win rate are fucking losers. I don't mean they're losers as human beings, I mean they're losing players. You never saw guys who tipped big not winning. Like, that's not the X factor. It's like guys who worry about the rake. Well, you can't make a living at 1-2. Really? Because I can live off winning $300 to $500 a day. Yeah, like, honestly, like, as soon as you sit down at the table, if you show up with your own chips, just ask the dealer for a stack of white, or when the chip runner comes, make sure you get a stack of white. So remember, those guys make usually less than minimum wage. Like, we were regulated as waitresses when I dealt at Venetian, so we didn't even make minimum wage. We made like $2.15 an hour. Eventually, I got promoted and was the A1, and I said, look, if I'm going to be teaching you guys need to give me a better rate. And they said, okay, well, they gave me a choice. They said, we'll give you $25 to train a new dealer on the spot, which usually only took about 45 minutes. But there was a lot of new dealers who had to learn these games. And they said, or we can pay you minimum wage. And I said, how many hours a week am I getting? And they said 40. And I said, can I still prop play on that? They said, yes. I said, I will take minimum wage. And literally, the guy approved it, came back to me and was like, it's a smart choice. You know, because I expected to be there a while. So I finally started getting, you know, it was decent. And it also allowed me to get benefits. Not that I ever got them. Got shot. Limp calls. I think we just go big. We want to get most value out of pairs and draws. The only thing that I'm really worried about him having is pocket sevens. I think we check back. I don't think we're folding the river. Wow, he jams it. Wow. Okay. That he can have. Oh, he had 7-8. Good bluff. Oh, no, he had me. Yeah, 2 pair. Almost called it. Almost called it. Okay. That's kind of goofy. True, I've been playing 100 big blind even when the max is higher, so I stick with the same game. If I took 500, I'm only like 8 buy-ins away at 20 and L, and then keeps me my starting bankroll. Nice. So that's very doable. Yeah. I just think 500 because you're just going to have it in your pocket, right? Like you're looking to buy in with 200. If you go down to 150, just add on. But it's just nice to have the confidence in your pocket, you know, that you're not out of the game. And here's the truth of the matter. If you're in a game and you like, you know, you're not doing well or you're breaking even or whatever like that, and it's only been like 2 or 3 hours, but you just don't feel good about it, you can get up and walk around. Like that's just something that people just don't do enough is like step away from the table for a minute and let your brain process what's going on and what mistakes you're making or if you're making mistakes or if the game is good or if you're just getting unlucky or whatever. But understand that it's your experience. You get to control it. Double gutty on the side. These two guys are having a pissing contest, though, so I folded. Oh, would have missed it. We got GM 3x pot on the river. It's not really a great bluff. Because I did think about calling it. But I have to be right, like, what is that? 1 in 2 times? 1 in 1.5? No, 1 in 2.5. You gotta go the other way. I'll also say for live poker, another good tip is bring a jacket. Because you never know how fucking cold they're going to make it. Like, the poker rooms are usually right by the sports book, which typically in most casinos is near an entrance. So when that's the case, you end up with the most AC in the fucking place in the poker room because they blast the AC by the doors where people come in. Caesars is kind of different because their poker room is in the middle. But it doesn't get too cold there because there's a lot of bodies and shit like that. But like every other place, like South Point and the old Imperial Palace and even MGM, even though it's upstairs and shit like that, it gets so fucking cold. So we used to call it casino winter when the summer would come around here because we would be in the dealer box dealing, which normally I'm like sweating, you know what I'm saying, as I'm like moving that fast and like reading hands and all this kind of shit. But man, when it got over 100 degrees out here in the summer, they just cranked that fucking AC to like 60. It was so fucking brutal. And as dealers, we'd sit there and we actually had to get these gloves for in between downs, because our fucking hands would just hurt so much from the cold. Watched a lot of live vlogs, so I know I better tip. So I just don't understand the topping up at the table set change when there's chip runners, so I have to get back to the cage. No, you can go buy your chips first. You can buy your chips first. Like, you can go up to the if it's at the poker room, which it is at a lot of places, you know, you can sit there and they'll call your name and you'll be like, okay, yeah, that's my seat. And then you'll be like, how much you want? And you're like, just give them the 500. Just be like, give me 6 green chips, you know, the 25s, so you can put those in your pocket. And then tell them, give me 180 in red and 20 in white. And they'll give you, and then you put the red and the white on the table. And then you just put the other ones in your pocket, because you're not allowed to play with more than the max buy-in, right? Then when you're at the table, if you get down to like 150 or somewhere in there and you want to add on, just look at the dealer and tell him, I'm adding on 50. And just pull out the green chips out of your pocket and put them on the table. Most likely he's going to change them to red, or they'll have a chip runner who will be like, okay, we're going to change this out to red for you, sir, but they're going to know you're playing 50 behind. But just make sure you tell the dealer, because you don't want to be sitting there being seen as the guy sneaking chips onto the table. But, you know, in between hands, just be like, adding on 50, and then just put the green chips out there. And if he says they don't play, then he'll change them into red right there, or they'll call a chip runner. So this is aces. This is only ever aces. At a 10 and L versus this player, it's only ever aces. Shitty raise. Made the flush. It's a shitty bet. Ace in the river. I'm raising it. And he called me. Look at this. I raised the ace on the river and he called me. That's hilarious. That's some thin value right there. What'd you have? Had 6-6. Is there any etiquette to standing up? No, you can leave whenever you want. I mean, if you want to, you can sit there and say to people, hey guys, this is my last round or whatever like that. But I'll just do it when I feel like leaving. Like, you're at the lowest levels. Nobody's sitting there saying you're running out on them. I've gone to tables, sat down, and the players are just a bunch of assholes. And there was one time I'm thinking of in particular where the players were all a bunch of jerks. And I'm sitting there, and like one of them sitting there fucking with me, and I'm like, dude, this isn't how you keep a game going. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no, who's going to want to play with you guys? And then I stacked off 2 of the guys, and they reloaded money. And I was like, I'm taking off. And it was a 1-2 game. And this guy was like, well, you're going to hit and run? I'm like, this isn't hit and running, man. You guys are on vacation. You're in my fucking town. And you're a bunch of drunk assholes. I don't want to play with you. And I just left. And I was there for like maybe 35 minutes. And I just got up and walked away. Floor man knew me. He's like, do you want to go to another table? I'm like, I feel like if I go to another table, I'm going to cause you a problem. So I'm just going to go to lunch and I'll come back. And I did, and they were all gone. But I would leave if I said it was my last round. I would leave after I played all the free hands. So I'd play till I was in first position and then get up and leave. Because nobody wants to pay their blinds and then not play through the free hands. So I 3-bet this guy. Okay. Nice play, bro. I mean, he's not wrong. If I have like ace king, it's kind of very hard to call, and I don't think I'm going to, but I'm gonna have ace queen sometimes when I 3-bet. So maybe he bets smaller. Hey, appreciate all you guys being here. I think we can call that. King on the turn's really bad. No etiquette. I mean, you can like tell people like if you because you're gonna be sitting there, you're gonna be chatting, you're gonna be having a fun conversation or whatever like that, and if you realize like holy shit, I'm up like, you know, however much you want to be up before you leave. When I realize that, I have a little superstition. I just say, it's my last hand, guys, and I got to get out of here, and I'm just gonna go because I've seen it happen many times where players rack up and they're playing out of the rack for their last couple hands and they get busted in the rack. And I just never want that. So if I've made that decision and I've decided I'm going to leave, I'll just tell people, I'm like, all right, man, this is my last hand, guys. And I'll leave in the middle of the rotation. But the only time I'll play till the right before the blinds get to me is, okay, well, I don't love this, but I think I'm going to call because I think when he jams, we have a chance of being good here. Yeah. That's fine. If I jam and he calls the flop, I'm never good. But if I call and he jams a turn, sometimes he's going to have, you know, jack, you know, queen or shit like that. So that's just one of those if this, then that scenarios. But I know I'm beat there a lot. But it's top pair, and the guy only has 30 blinds. What are we going to do? Total bluff, by the way. Da, 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 da. So raise a call and a call. It's the last hand before break, so it's a little sketch, but I don't think we're going to stop playing correctly because of that. So, I mean, if this player jams, it kind of sucks because it's very hard to fold here. For his stack, I think we actually have to call. I know we have to call at the price, but he can just have aces. But he might limp jam pocket tens. Like, people do that. People limp pairs, and then they're like, fuck, I can't fold, and they just fucking get the money in. We're about to go on break here. Yep, we're on break. Once I'm done with this hand. So it looks like late reg is over. Got 166 players, top 30 getting paid, top prize 815, so it did break the prize pool pretty damn good. I'm currently in 27th place. I'm actually a little higher. 23rd, yeah, after that pot. All right. All these tables are done? Yeah, I'm just on check fold here. Alright. I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say this big stack limping is just not gonna happen. It's just weak. It's just totally weak. Look at that. Fold, fold, fold. Fold, fold, fold. God damn, this other table just fucking died. I had so many players, and now it's just like everybody left. And did I just kill this table? I guess it doesn't hurt me to be there, even though it's only six-handed. Yeah, that's fine. Little table off screen, you guys can't see. Pocket jocks. See a min raise. I'm just gonna re-raise, try to get him all in. It's rough when like this size stack jams. I know John doesn't jam with anything that isn't really great, so not worried about that. But this player should just get the money in. He calls. He's just going to jam all pairs. Whatever. You're a fucking idiot. Should have just got it in pre-flop. Hey, look at that. Justice for jacks. Should have gotten it in pre-flop, man. Why are you pussing out? You got 80% of your fucking stack in there. You have zero fold equity. Ace-king is still going to call you. Sorry, bro. So if an ace or a king hits, you just check and fold, right? That's the story. Queens, and this guy didn't fucking raise. I can't believe I showed it down that cheap. It's hilarious. It's amazing how often people min bet and just fold to any raise. Pocket Trez. Waited all that time for those queens, and then you fucking got a set flopped on you. So 17K now in 13th place. That's not bad. Out of 70 players. This could go check around. I wouldn't mind. Limp, raise, call. So I think we're just going to bet. Get min raised. Sometimes this is a king, not often though. It's a flush all day. Gee, you going to bet huge? Fucking overbets the pot. I do think we want to bet here. Right around there. Player snap calls. Snibbity snap. And I'm going to go ahead and check the turn. I want to see what he does. And check the river. If he wants to bluff, he can bluff. But I don't think we're getting him to fold a flush draw, and I really don't think it's a smart idea to invest that much money when we're stacked up here. So I kind of like checking, and then when the river comes off and obviously didn't help anybody, we can obviously check again. This is kind of a weird scenario. I think like I'm going to lose to like pocket sevens or ace queen or something. I think we can bet on the side. Wow, snap call. Pocket tens. Wow, pocket tens and you didn't bet. You fucking suck, bro. Look at this. Ace deuce 6-6, queen 8. Jesus. Should have kept betting. It's very difficult with the 10 and L. I don't have to defend. I like being able to fold the absolute trash bottom of my range there from the blind. I know versus MDF I'm supposed to fucking defend there, but sometimes I want to have folds. I'm just going to let that go. I'm going to start getting very aggressive, but I kind of want those folds to happen first. Pretty good flop. There's going to be a lot of king-queen in my range too, so we might just raise here. If he bets something significant. Could he have threes? Yeah. Could he have tens, jacks? Yeah. But if he has an overpair, he's going to go apeshit right now. And if not, he's not going to go any further. It gets rough if a king or a queen comes off. Not only because of the straight, but because of two-pair combos. Oh no, you can leave your chips there. If you meant for standing up for a break, yeah. You just look at the dealer and just go, I'm just going to head to the bathroom or whatever like that. Most places, you usually get 3 dealers as a break in Vegas, so that's an hour and a half because they all take, half an hour. But if you miss, you can either buy back the button or you can post. I would just, take your break, take your walk, do whatever. But play till the blinds and then get up, and then the blinds pass you, and then you have the most time before they come back around. I think he was going to try to bluff me. I probably should have check hero called. All right. Ah, we all have a king. We all have kings with a jack. Kings and fours with a jack. Oh, I really thought I was going to hit the flop there. Ooh, I'm going to lead this one. There's so much equity. Thought I was going to flop a 9 here for sure. Just felt it. Ba, 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 ba. Getting the worst runouts on this table just off stream. Have I been on this table that long? Yeah, I have too. Okay, so I flopped a full house on a table on the side. I don't know if I'm going to get much action. Or I'm going to get all the action because it's the same goober who fucking tried to bluff me before. I mean, if he has a better full house, it's too bad. Yeah, he's trying to bluff me again. So this pot was limped, raised. I re-raised. This player cold called. I'm just going to check. Oh, this player leads. I think we can call. 8 on the river is kind of sus. If he has ace-king, he's going to bet, but I don't think he bets anything else that I can beat. Yeah, I got it now. He's not checking an ace, but he definitely could be checking a set, so I think we got away, save $4 there. Like that little blind steal. These people are still limping. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I'll call that. Sure. Why not? Check back. It's fairly easy betting with kings and queens. Look at this. That's why you don't limp, bro. God damn it. It's fucking ace jack. Ace 7. Jesus. Alright. So if you're taking a break, then you won't play your blinds. An hour and a half is a lot longer than I expected. Yeah, well, that just means till they pick up your chips. Most people just like run to the bathroom and then they come back in like 10 or 15 minutes. Personally, if I was going to go eat or something like that, I would just pick up my chips and just put myself back on the list, for whatever. But I'm just saying, like, in Vegas, the rule is you got 3 dealers. So what would happen is you would get up, right? Your blinds would go through you. The dealer would throw a missed blind button. It's a little chip that says missed blind right in front of your seat, right? So then if he gets up and leaves, the next dealer comes and sits down and you're still not back. He sees that missed blind button. When the blinds pass you again, he then throws a button called an absent button. And he throws that at you and it just says absent on it. Then if he gets up and the next dealer comes in, sees that absent button, and then it gets the blinds go through again, the first time they go through, he throws another absent button. When you have a missed blind and 2 absent buttons, before that dealer gets up, he should alert the floor that this player has been absent for 2 dealers. And then the floor will be like, okay, cool. And then when he gets tapped, the floor will come over, count your chips in front of the camera and everybody else and that dealer, then pick up the chips. That dealer will then go over to, or will go to his next table. The floor man will go get a piece of paper that says, seat whatever, and if they have a player's card on you, they'll put your name with it, and they'll say it's $230 or whatever, and then that dealer will confirm and sign it so that they know that they owe you $230. And then if you want to go further, you have 30 days after that to pick it up before it's just dropped right in the rake. but you'd be hard pressed to get it back after the end of the shift. But that's the way it's procedurally done. But yeah, you just get up and go take a walk. I've gotten up and taken a walk from places for like a half an hour because like I just wanted the atmosphere of the table to change a little bit. So I just kind of got up after winning a few big pots, and I was like, oh, I got to stretch my legs. And I would get up, go to the bathroom, wash my face, take a walk, come back in like 30 to 40 minutes, and then be like, hey, sorry, guys. I was like, I got on a phone call or whatever. And then I come back because, like, if you just start winning everything, like, eventually your action dries up. That's usually when I'll do it if I don't want to leave the table. Although, when you're sitting behind a mountain of chips, it's kind of hard for you to get action. Like, you'll be in that situation where you have, $1,000+ in front of you, and everybody else just has what they bought in with. Like, they have the max buy-in, 300. Then it's kind of very hard to get action because you're obviously the only guy, who knows how to play, and people start just avoiding you. I'm just kind of getting bled here. Like, I've just kind of bled off a $50 buy-in in the last, like, hour since that one really cool hand happened. $20K. Doing pretty good. I'll stay on this table the entire day, dealer. Just keep bringing in new people. This player had 12K and he's just been limp folding. Yeah, Red Rock does 45. Yeah, off-strip casinos do much less time because there's smaller rooms, there's less games, there's less action, so they don't want their local players like leaving because they can't get a fucking seat. I'm not playing any live currently. I do have plans to play live, but with the amount of COVID going on out here, I'm not even going to broach the subject for at least till winter. I do like to play live at like South Point. They have a good daily tournament and all like that, but it's just so COVID's so fucking bad out here. I think I should be good here a lot. I'm just going to check. Yeah, he's just going to have spades. It's good value with a 6, eh? A similar thing going on another table. Yeah. And this one, this guy had the spades. Tried to get him to bluff the river, but he didn't do it. So this guy has that much. I'm going to 3-bet. I mean, he's got 23 blinds behind, so it's kind of rough if he jams. So I have to think about it. I don't think I really want to race for that much, so it's kind of whatever. He calls, the king comes off. I do think we want to bet, because if we check, it looks too sus. If he check jams, I'm going. Huh. 25K now. 8th place out of 60. What did I say? Top 30 getting paid. Need 27,600 for the in the cash average. And we already have 25.6, so. Which means final table will be about 78,000, maybe 80,000. Just because right now the average is 13.8. You double that because half the players go out before we hit the cash. Or when we hit the cash, it's top 30 because there's 60 left. So 27,600. We'll call it 28,000 for the in the cash average. Damn it, I haven't hit a river in all fucking day. Love that. Just got top pair and I might be beat. I didn't mean to call that. Yeah, it was. Folded, flop top pair in a 3-bet pot. God damn it. Now I'm all fucked up. Alright, I call. Queens. I thought I could bluff it. I was waiting for him to bet the river so I could bluff. I just fucked up a lot of hands. Too much going on. Stupid. That first misclick made me have to play that pot. I would have just folded the flop. And those rules were from years ago. That was when poker rules were standardized like that. I'm sure they've changed. So you can ask the dealer, like, how long can I leave my stack here? And they'll tell you. Felt like he was jamming. And I folded the bad ace. Oh, we would have chopped it up. This fucking guy with his timing. I was trying to figure out his timing. He did this before when he flopped fucking 2-pair. Look at stupid little bleeding pots. Limped pot, I hit a 7 on the other table. Not too worried about getting up for long periods of time until I'm more aware of how things go. Going to be a great experience, win or lose. I agree. You know, and you'll get it. I mean, it's very intuitive. This player's check raising me. I think I don't want a 7. The 10 might have just beat me. Queen 5. That's hilarious. Nice try. South Point, the only casino I've gambled in. Just some slots, though. They have a great daily tournament. They have a $60 daily that has like a 3,500 guarantee, and it routinely gets over 5K. I played that last summer until the Delta variant kicked up, and then I had to stop. But I played it maybe... It must have been something like... It had to be over 20 times. And I ended up winning it twice and final tabling it another 2 times. Usually you just end up with a chop. This kind of sucks if I get raised here. Definitely could have checked, but... Well, now I've got the nuts. Well, second nuts, I guess. He's blocker betting, and he's going to pay it. He's going to pay it. Like, he blocker bet a shit flush, the third nuts, and then he paid this huge river raise that I made just automatically. That's just hilarious. Just gonna check back. Nice. This is just a 5, 6, 7 way pot. By the way, also in live play, the real way that you get heads up with people is not by making huge opening raises. It's by 3-betting and 4-betting. So, like, I'm more prone to make a standard raise with aces than I am with, like, pocket 10s, where I'm going to open a little bit bigger, because I want to 3-bet the aces. You know what I'm saying? So, if you have something good, I would say 3-bet a little more liberally so you get heads up. Like, you know, even if you have something like pocket 9s on the cutoff or something and somebody opens, like, I would, and if you see like a bunch of calls, I would 3-bet. Because you want to get it down to one player. And players kind of see that as, you know, the ultimate strength, 3-betting pre-flop. Don't show any hands you don't have to. my general rule of thumb is I never show. Like if nobody paid to see it, I don't show. And it's funny because it'll come up where you win the pot and the guy makes a fold, and then they'll sit there and go, God, I really want to see your hand. And I'll go, you didn't pay for it. I said, but I'll give you a discount. Pay me half the last bet. I've done that so many times. And you'd be amazed how many times people are just like, what was the last bet? And it's like $80. And they'll just give you 40. Like, or they'll negotiate. They'll be like, I'll give you 20. Or whatever. But I've had people say, I'll give you 10 when I said half the last bet. And the last bet was like 150 or whatever. They say, I'll give you 10. I go, no, fuck that. And I've started to throw the hand away. And they're like, I'll give you 50. And it's like, all right, cool, give me the 50. And they give you the 50, and then you just fucking roll it on them. And it, like, somebody told me that, like, oh, but you're giving away information. No, I'm not. They're paying for it. They're just paying at a discount. And my goal is to make more money, so. But never for, like, $5. Fucking Nimrod. Guy's hilarious. Damn. Choo-Choo's sleeping well. Haven't opened one in a while. You know you're playing. I was just thinking about when you're getting heads up effectively. The amount of times you hear, "Oh, I would have won that one if I had called." Like that's how you know you're playing well. When you isolated with Ace King or something, and somebody else who had called would have made a flush, but then you 3-bet or 4-bet, and they folded. This was a fun hand. So I raise this one pre-flop after this guy limped in early position. Here comes the flop. He bets minimum. I raise, of course. He calls. The turn, I make 2 pair. He bets minimum. I raise, of course. He calls. The river comes off. He checks, or he bets minimum. I jam. He calls, of course. He was trying to get me to stop raising, and I just never did with the ace-jack. I would have done it with ace-jack, ace-king, ace-queen, everything. Any ace I had, I would have kept going with. Like, he's just one of those guys you just couldn't fold. That's something you'll see a lot in live poker, too. The amount of times I put in a raise on a guy on a river, and he realizes what's up. Like, he realizes I rivered the straight or whatever it is. The amount of times you get the puppy dog eyes where guys are like, because they know they're beat. I actually had one guy say to me, I can't believe you did this to me. Because he knows he can't fold. And then he's just like, all right, show me the straight. And I'm like, yeah, I have the fucking straight, man. And I remember this guy got so pissed. He's like, I can't believe you fucking bet that heavy on the river. And I was just like, I made the straight. And he's like, yeah, but still, man, it's like he was trying to tell me it was like a dick move. And I'm like, you paid it. That was maybe the rudest thing I could have said, but it was true. You paid it. Fuck it. Yeah. Ace isn't great. Stupid move. Where are we at? 42 left, 20. I'm in 20th place. So we're getting to that bubble. Still feel good. I got 35 blinds. Something like that. 37. Kind of don't mind that. I was thinking about should I just open this from the small, but I think I kind of like calling when we see a limp. Spooky's gonna make some kind of moves, but not too many. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just bet it. He calls. This is really my concern. Three on the turn. Spooky might make a move. We'll be able to tell by his bet. Ace in the river. We're going to check. I'm still not convinced. I have to call that. Nice play, bro. He picked up a lot of outs on that turn. But he shouldn't be calling there on the flop anyway. Gotta bet twice. Always gotta bet twice. Be surprised how many times you're gonna get called and just bet on the turn. If I can give you nothing else for live play. Yeah, I've seen a lot of isolating bets on live logs, and a lot of people just fold because they limp originally. Right. Like, they don't really consider the strength of their hand. That's why they're limping. Like, or even calling the raise behind. Like, if somebody raises to, let's say, like, $6 or whatever, and somebody else calls it and it gets to you and you have the ace-king, you don't want to make it like 18, because that's not going to be enough, because you expect the original raiser to call. So you want to make it a full pot size bet, which is going to be, and a little extra. So it's going to be all the money you see plus your call. So here's the rule of thumb. So let's say there's a $1 and $2 blind, a $6 raise, and a call, right? So there's a $6 raise, that's $6, plus the $6 call, that's another $6. Plus, if you were to call your $6, that's 18, plus the small and big blind, that's 21. Then you take 21 and add it to your call, 27. That's a pot size bet. I would just make it 30. Usually you can go 3.5x to determine a pot size bet, but remember, you have to add extra units. And if the raise is 6, the unit is $6. So if you're going to make it $20, make it 26. That's Goober. Yeah, he's just going to do that all the time. You know who's good to watch for a lot of live play stuff? Split Suit. Split Suit on YouTube. He plays a lot of live 1-2 and 1-3. He's got a lot of good shit on it. Look at this. I got flopped to straight. Yeah, it's not so much the limps that you worry about getting the fold. It's the guys who've called a raise. Gut shot. He fucking rivers a pair. This piece of shit. He's betting the open ender on that fucking board, and he fucking goes for the big bet on the turn. And he rivered a fucking pair. The ace on the river sucks. Man, I cannot hit a flush today. King's kind of a bad card. 10's not awful. Yeah. I probably could have bet him off of it, but we're both very deep, so I don't really need to fight with him. I probably should have bet when the king... I probably should have checked the flop and bet the turn. If I check the flop, bet the turn and river, I probably win that. I definitely win that. Because ace queen is going to play that way. I kind of just autopiloted that one because I made the 9. How do the lists work? So you just a line first in, first out, and do you get your chips before they call you? Sorry for the basic question. Every room's kind of a little different, but you just walk up to the poker desk and just be like, I want to play 1-2. And they'll either say, okay, we got a list or we got a seat. And if they got a list, they'll ask you your name. Just put the name on, and they'll have like a loudspeaker to call you over. And if they have a seat, they'll just be like, cool, we're going to put you on table 5. And then, how many chips do you want? And they'll either sell you the chips right there, or they'll send you to the table, and the chip runner will come get them for you. And don't forget to tip the chip runner. Just $1. This guy doesn't have enough to make me fold. So I'm just going to bet super small. Just bleeding chips over here, man. I can't get a fucking hand together. It's fine to ask the questions, man, but every room's different. Like, I had no idea how it worked. Just don't ever walk up to a table and sit down. Like, just go to the floor, man. You'll see a guy in a suit behind a desk. I'm gonna blocker bet this. Sometimes we just straight up lose, but this can be pretty scary. Some players misinterpret a blocker bet as real strength. Where are we at? 40 left. Nope. All right. So this guy just jams from the big blind. It's his first hand. I would call this with pocket jacks and ace queen suited. As ridiculous as it is, he's gonna have something. I could call with king queen suited actually too. For PLO, 3 times plus the bet. The bet trail bets behind it to find the pot, bet amount. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. 3 times the bet plus what's on the table. I always just did it because I'm just fucking dyslexic. My brain works a little differently. So I always just did it by, if you were to call, then add up everything you see, and then add that to the call. It's the same thing. And it's funny because it served me really well. I was dealing... Sammy Farha and Eric Lindgren were playing heads up PLO pot limit with 100 and I think it was 125k cap. It was weird. So that means at no point could either one of them put more than 125k in the pot. Once that was it, all the betting was over. And they were playing 200 and 400 blinds. And at one point I was sitting there and I was calling all action because that's what they told me they wanted. So it was like, raise to 1100. Oh, Mr. Farha, that's to you. And he would be like, pot. They're like, okay, that's 2700. And then back to Lindgren. Okay, pot. Okay, that's 7600. Back to you, pot. Okay, well that's, and I was right on it. And at one point they were taking a break because Farha went to go smoke. And Lindgren says, you're really good at counting the pot, because I was getting it like, and I said, yeah, I have this thing I do. And I explained it to him. And I said, I can see the stacks in my head. And it's just easier than doing the math at the time. And he goes, well, it's fucking faster, I'll tell you that. And I was like, yeah. So then as Sammy gets back, they're sitting there talking about it. And he goes, okay. He goes, at some point we're going to bet on this. And he looks at Lindgren. And then there was this one pot that was like raised, re-raised. There was no potting, but it was like whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm keeping track of the pot. And then the river comes off. And Farha goes, pot. And I remember I said, that's 63,000 to you, Mr. Lindgren. And Sammy goes, wait a minute. We want to bet on that. And they go, okay. And they bet 1,000 on the side. And I said, so you guys want me to count down the pot? And they go, yep. 63,000 exactly. And it was crazy. And Farha like clapped. And, Lindgren always had me getting it right. So he was getting like 1.1. So he got 1,100. And if he had lost, Sammy would have gotten 1,000. And he kept tipping me the extra 1. So every time he won, I got 100. And Farha got pretty pissed about that. Oof. Because Farha didn't tip. $39 left. We're in 13th place currently. Just like bleeding chips. these cash games. Tournament's going fine. Always the big stack calling in position. Love that. Well, there's two guys here. So I guess we can check. Are you kidding me? Fucking guy. Should have checked the turn. Should have checked the turn. I'm figuring him to be protecting the flush, or I'm protecting against the flush draw, but I should just be checking those turns versus this specific player. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, Farha went to get a cigarette, but not to smoke. He didn't smoke, but he always had it in his mouth. This is back in '05. Everybody knew this was his shtick. And he would break the cigarette if it was unlucky. And in that rotation, he must have broken 10 of them. And it was really hilarious. I gotta get off this fucking table. This table's shit. I can't do anything here. I'm just gonna get off this one. I've been on it for too long. I think the same with this one. I'm gonna ditch it. There's another 9 max 50 NL that I can get on, and one more 10 NL 9 max. I've been on those tables for over 200 hands, and I'm sitting there at like just over a buy-in. It's just like, fuck it. I just don't want to be there. So I'm gonna pull these ones in. These are 10 and L. So I'm gonna pull those in, and when I get the 50 and L that I'm on the waiting list for up, I'll jump on that. But those other tables are just garbage. Like, the pots are small, and I can't seem to get anywhere. So I'll just get off of it. 39 out of, or 14th out of 39 left. Top 30 getting paid. But yeah, he went on a break and he was like, I need a cigarette. And he literally like got up. He broke the one that was in his mouth. And he kept dropping them on the fucking floor. He was such an asshole. And so they would come in and sweep him up. And he never even tipped the brush. But then he went out and walked out to the casino. And he tried to get a comp pack. But no, you couldn't comp cigarettes anymore. He was back from the day when they comped cigarettes. But now they were like, at that time they were like $7. Now a pack of cigarettes in a casino is like $12. And I remember he came back and he was like, "Can you believe this? $7 for a fucking pack of cigarettes." And I was like, "And you don't even smoke." And at the time I smoked, and I was like, "I don't buy them here." And it was funny too, because I remember he said, "Oh, so it must break your heart. You see me breaking the cigarette," and all like that. And I was just like, "Not really. You smoke shit," because he always had the Camels or whatever the fuck they were. And he was like, "Well, I don't smoke them." I'm like, I wouldn't fucking smoke those either. It was kind of really funny. Could have gone bigger here. And we're gonna bet. Take it down. All the equity. All the equity. Nice. I mean, if this guy jams, I got to rejam. Yeah, I knew it was coming. Kind of need a real hand to call out of the big blind. It's kind of hard call to make with pocket nines. Jacks, I guess you call. So I guess tens is the line. Ace queen's a hard call to make. Ace king's probably a good call to make with his stack. He's got like 13 blinds. Yeah, you can call ace queen. Call ace jack suited. I was really thinking about it. He must have a pair. Hold. Hold. Nice. Currently 10th out of 38. Look at this. This player min opened and I raised and he called. Gee, did you do your all-in thing on the turn and you picked up equity, you fucking loser? It's just always what he does. Picks up equity and jams turn. He's only got $1, so why even bother protecting my hand? Just bet minimum on the flop. They'll call your name over a loudspeaker typically. Like, you'll go to the desk, you'll talk to the person running the room, you'll see them, they'll be like running a computer or something like that. Or, you know, just keeping a list, and they might have a board up top that like shows all the names. And then you just say, yeah, I want to get in whatever game, you know, 1-2 or whatever. And you have queens over here. This guy had queens, I think. Jacks. And you say, yeah, put my name down, and you'll give them your name. And then you'll hear them calling names, or you'll even see the illustrated board like a TV screen. And it'll show where you are on the list. But I don't know, you know, how your casino's set up. Typically they have some kind of list system, so you can say, oh, there's 4 more people left, and, you know, you don't want them to call your name and then you walk away and you're not there. You can also call on your way there, call the casino. Like, I would just call this is before the days of Bravo. If you have the Bravo app on your phone, you could probably put yourself on the list. No matter how small the casino is, if they're listed on Bravo, you could probably put yourself on the list. Then when you go in, you just go, hey, I'm on the list. My name is, you know, Bob, whatever the fuck. You know, you just tell them whatever name you used. I never used my real name. I just used Jay. Ooh, another 10-0. But, you know, so if you have the Bravo app, you can do that there. The Bravo app will also tell you about all the promotions that they have and, you know, stuff like that. So this is kind of weird because if I raise and get jammed on by the small, I got to call. So I think if it folds to me, I am going to raise. But it's probably not going to fold to me. Yeah, there it is. I was going to raise like 2,500. It's a nice raise. But yeah, and then you'll just be on the list, and you'll hear your name. You know, just don't be a jackass and go out and gamble all your money before you get your fucking seat. But back in the days before Bravo, because I had to walk to the poker room, I was living at the Budget Suites behind the Stardust. So I would figure out where I was going to play. I'd call around. I'll call up. You get the main casino number and you go, "Hi, can I get the poker room?" "Sure," and they transfer you, Caesar's Poker Room. "Hi, yeah, can I get on the list for 1-2, or what games do you have? I'd like to be on a list." And they'll say, "Oh, we have 1-2, 2-3, blah, 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 whatever." You're like, "Okay, put me on the list for 1-2. "Okay, what's your name?" "Cool, just make sure you check in when you get here." Because otherwise, everybody's on the list and nobody ever fucking pays off, or nobody ever shows up. This worked out well. Yeah. Nice play, bro. Too early position to be calling a 3-bet with that hand. I love it. That's the guy who loads $4 and does that stupid raise on the turn thing when he hits equity. This guy here. So that was like, he tripled his stack and I just took it all in one hand. But yeah. But if you do call it in or you get on the Bravo app, make sure you check in. Because, like, especially if you're on the Bravo app, they'll have a little check mark next to your name. Because if you haven't checked in yet, you've just been a call-in. Because people can call in from anywhere and be like, "Oh, yeah, I'll be there in 10 minutes," and they're like 45 minutes away. So they won't call those names until you check in at the desk. But you will get your place in line preserved. So, like, if I leave my house, it takes me like 10 minutes to get to South Point. I would hit the Bravo app, see if there's a list, and then I would usually just call through the app, where you could just call directly to the poker room, and just tell them to put my name down. And then when I got there, I'd make sure to make eye contact, be like, "Hey, I'm Josh K," or, whatever name I was using. And they would be like, "Okay, you're here, so cool." Because there would be a list of like 30 people, but like 20 of them would be call-ins. So, like, once you checked in, they were like, "Thank God." It's a pretty good defense. Ooh, we're hand for hand. Look at this, I got called. I guess we check. Sometimes players are limping an ace. This motherfucker. Oh, you guys couldn't see that hand. It was a weird one. God damn it. This fucking moron's going to have like 9-10 and he's going to have a pair now, right? Wow, that went quick. Yeah, but look it up, man. Look up for the Bravo Poker app, because it is nationwide. So you'll be able to see the casinos in your area and what games are going on. So yeah, and what tournaments they have, what promotions they have, stuff like that. So get the Bravo app. Yeah, I forgot about that. I can't believe we're already on the bubble. This thing, like, right before the break, like 5 people must have went out. Got a set. This sucks. Yeah. I can't fold. Hey, lots of people here, right as we're about to hit the money. I like that. Eighth out of 31. That was a lot of short stacks. Having fun. Oh, on the bubble, no less. Go away. Limps. I don't even know if this guy jams, but if this guy jams, I'm fucked. Can't even call. Hey, 31K. I mean, I guess some players are just limping on the bubble. Who messaged me? Well, Courtney did her nails at work. She posted it on Instagram. Dun, 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 dun. Man, I'm missing some flops. Ugh. I'll definitely check out that app. Thanks for the info. Will mitigate a lot the first time nerves. Yeah. I mean, you could just go in wearing headphones too, right? Like typically, if I'm at a new poker room, I like the headphones with the cord because that way people see them. But I'll wear headphones, and I'll usually have if I have music playing, then I'll have one side that's dead. So the wireless ones are okay, but it just kind of keeps people... It's kind of like being at the gym, you know? And people just kind of don't talk to you. Man, we got to that bubble super quick. Like, there was 38 players 2 minutes before the break, and then it was at 31 the first hand after the break. This is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on here, but I don't think I can fold. Yeah, I don't think that flush is the biggest factor. Hey, there's the cash. Oh, set. Right, because you had a 6, right? All right, we're no longer hand for hand. What did you have? He had a 7. Okay, so I was good. So currently sitting 8th out of 30. Wow, that's why it took so long. Okay, so I'm in 8th place with 30,000, right? The average is 27,600, right? So I'm about 10% ahead of the average, which is really good. You know, that's the average of chips, not the mean average. So I'm in 8th place with that many chips. That's kind of high. I should be like in 12th, right? I don't have to be like exactly in the middle, but like 12th or 11th. But I'm in 8th. It's because the guy who's in first has 120,000 chips. Jesus Christ. Like, if you double my stack, you're in 4th. Like, and it's pretty much tied all the way through. Sometimes we get called by King Queen here, but not much. That sucks. Nope. You gonna do your jam thing? Equity jammer on the turn every time. It's like the 5th time I've cleaned them out. Gets on with $4, doubles his stack, and then gives it to me. I'm not going to bother with this. When it gets down to like 2 tables, I'll close out some of the cash games and just concentrate on the tournament. But I'm trying to get back on this other 50NL, but I can't seem to get there. Yeah, there's a few live bankroll tracking apps. I never used them. I always used pen and paper when I was tracking it, when I was playing full-time. But yeah, there's quite a few. Brad Owen uses one, so you can actually, that I like a lot. I forget what the name of it is, but go to Brad Owen's channel, look at one of his videos where he shows it, and usually he tells you what it is, or you can just ask the comments, and somebody will get back to you. But yeah, just put in the Apple Store, just put in like poker bankroll, and you'll see like a bunch of free apps for tracking your time and what game and what time of day, where you played, what limits, you know, all that shit. Time is it? 4:30? Hey, my phone's fully charged. Only took 6 hours. I gotta get a new phone. I mean, I should get off this table because I'm at like $30, but it's kind of a great table. I haven't been here that long. I've been here like 2 hours. Getting a lot more hands out at this one. Also a good idea when you go to a place to, like, as soon as you sit down, just ask if they chop. Like, if you chop the blinds, and then look at the guy to your left, or the guy to your right, and be like, do you chop? Because that means when everybody folds to the small blind, you guys don't even look at your cards, you just turn them in, and you play the next hand, you take your blind back. So I would look to the guy to my right and say, do you chop? And if he says, yeah, I go, okay, I'll chop with you all night, man. We'll just chop. That way nobody ever makes a raise. And then you look at the guy on your left and go, do you chop? And it's the same thing. My favorite chop story, and I know I've told this before, was that I was at Harrah's back when it was the fishbowl. And this is back in 06. And I'm sitting there, and I did exactly that. And I'd been there every day from like maybe the past like 2 or 3 weeks. And most of the time, people just chopped. And you just took your blind back because it just keeps the game moving, you know. And so I sit down, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Hey, guys, what's going on? Yada, yada, you know. I'm like, hey, do you chop? And the guy to my right goes, yes, I chop. And the guy to my left goes, yes. So me and the guy to my right, like, and we were getting folded to, like, a lot. Like, it must have happened, like, 8 or 10 times in, like, 3 hours. Then he folds to him. I hadn't looked at my cards. I actually have them in my hand ready to pitch. And he makes a raise. And I go, did you just fucking raise? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, I thought we were chopping. And he goes, I can't chop this one. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you know, chopping has nothing to do with your hand. And the dealer was even like, dude, you're supposed to, you know, it's a common courtesy. If you chop all night. And he's just like, well, I'm not chopping this one. So I looked down, and as God is my witness, pocket aces. And I looked at it, and I went, huh. So you're really not going to chop this one? And he goes, I can't, man. I can't chop it. I go, okay, cool. Then I'm all in for $300. His stack effective. And he goes, I have to call you. And he goes, I have kings. I go, well, I have fucking aces. And the table went nuts. Cleaned him out for his 300. And then afterwards, he was like, I guess I should have chopped. And I go, you should have. And I'm never chopping with you again, by the way. You, sir, I'll still chop with. And he goes, okay, the chop's off. And I just punished him for the rest of the time. He left like 45 minutes later, but I took like another 200 off him. I was like hot. I was pissed. It was one of the best winning sessions I ever had at that time, and I was fucking hotter than the fucking sun because he did that shit. Matt. Yeah, I looked it up. There's so many I don't know what's worth my time. I'll check Brad's channel, though. Yeah, they're all pretty simple, man. You just want to record where you played, what you bought in for, what you cashed out at, how long you played. If you have that, it's all you need. Because, like, what other information is there? The fucking drinks sucked, you know, like... And they usually have little note apps on them. So if you start seeing the same players over and over again, you can be like, oh, guy with mustache, or, you know, whatever his name is. Down to 24 over here. Ace Jack's bottom of my range. Some places don't allow you to chop, by the way. Oh, he hit two pair. The overbet. Love that. Well, wouldn't mind making a hand here. Do I want this seat? That's very close. We got 12 blinds. 16th out of 21. So, guy in a big blind has... Wow, man, this motherfucker. He's using that stack. What did he bet? Half pot. The guy called me twice. King, queen. 9 blizzines. It went up quick. I was a 400 jump, and it's going up quick again in about 10 minutes. What pot you in? Yeah. I'm so short and this table's six-handed, I think I gotta go. My goal will be to not punt and learn the flow of the game. That's the best way to go, man. Just remember, no matter how long you've been there, it's a fraction of the time you spend online. That's gonna be the hardest part. Not getting bored and playing too many hands because you're bored. Because you got to remember, even just playing one table online, you're literally playing 3 times as many hands as you're ever going to get out at the fastest table live. Ooh, good time for aces. I mean, I guess we'll just give that up. Come on, raise. Come on. Do it. It's like Predator. Come on. Come on, do it. I'm here. Do it. Come on, kill me. Kill me, I'm here. I mean, I could have checked, but he's supposed to have a king a ton. I'm surprised he called. That's the nuts. 19 players left, currently in 8th. Nah, I don't have to jam that. Definitely could have. Wow, these tables are short. God damn. And these guys are so fat stacked. It's like, Jesus. Having 30K here is like even a non-factor. I'm going to get off a bunch of these tables. I'm just going to concentrate on the tournament. It's kind of just what I want to do. We're almost down to 2 tables, so we'll see where we're at. I just like making this guy think twice. I think that's the other benefit of raising. The fact that he didn't get the showdown with the aces is kind of good. Don't see these players like really making too many moves on me. So we're definitely calling this. God, I really thought it was going to come out with 2 diamonds. Look at this. All these outs. God damn it. Fucking idiot with Jack 9. Yes, I could have led the turn, but it's more valuable to check call. Alright, we're down to 2 tables. I'm going to kill all these. Zoink. Make this bigger. Let's see. Nah. And here's the other table. We'll keep an eye on it. And we lost 2 players. Wow, this table is so fat. Holy shit. Okay, so the other table has a 100K stack, and then it goes to 59, 52. This table is 114, 86, 69, 65. Jesus. Not worried about getting bored. There's going to be too much going on that I want to pay attention to, which is what I'm sure will fill the time. Very true. After a while, though, that shit will become second nature. But it won't happen your first time. So. But that is the best way to stay engaged. I still, to this day, because I was a dealer, I still to this day count the pot and the rake. And I've caught dealers where I've sat there and gone, dude, you took too much rake. And they're like, what? And I'm like, the pot's only 39 and it's supposed to be $1 per 10. They took $4. And that's a violation. You know, like literally they could lose their gaming license. And I think I had it happen like 3 or 4 times at South Point and pointed it out. So this player is limping out of first. I don't love this, but I don't think I have raised folds, so I'm just going to jam. I really don't love this. He could definitely just be trapping me whole cloth, but I think the hand's too strong. We have to jam. Nice. So he's got limp folds out of first versus a short stack. That's interesting. $15 blinds out of first. Got to do it. Hold. Fucking right off. 8. Club. Club it. Fuck. Well, he's shorter than me, right? Yeah, so he has to call. He only had 12K. Nope. I'm in dead last place. Currently 16 players. 15th is a pay jump. Well, I would have to jam if he didn't. But I can't call off. No. Pocket tenors. A limp out of first. Jam a lamb. He could definitely be trapping. I don't think we get a fold here, but pocket tens with, what is that? Under 6 blinds. I think we're just jamming all day. How do you fold? Wow! How do you fold? Wow. How do you fold? Should never have folds there if you're limping. It's pocket deuces. You just don't know how to fold them for free. All right, not bad. Well, I'm not going to jam this one. That sucks. That 8 was so great till I saw the ace. He should check ace queen. He should check every ace here. Can't do it. Damn it. Ooh, good fold. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. The man's saving me. Twice he's jammed when I would have jammed the small. I would have lost both of them. 15th place pace, 39. 16th place, 31. So it's kind of a big raise. Probably getting it in. Getting it in. For 7-ish blinds. Alright. Nobody wants me to get chips, that's for damn sure. Nope. Wow. Limps the threes. Check, check. Bets the turn for half pot, which is a mistake. Has the perfect scenario where he can win. That's hilarious. Jeez. Nope. Suited, it's a different story, but honestly, even then, I think it's a fold. Because there's shorties behind. Free flop. Dumbass. Oh, we're on break. Cool. I'm going to get a screenshot, put up the prize pool for y'all. see. Save the snip. And there we go. I guess we can put it like right here. There you go. Now you guys can see the prize pool. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a leak. I'll adjust that and make it so you can see the top payouts when we reach the final table. But we're currently 14th out of 15. So top prize is $815. Yeah. I mean, I'm 14th and there's no pay jump till number 9, right? So it's kind of a free roll. Like, we're kind of just incentivized to be super aggressive. Alright, hopefully it folds to me. Well, I got the apps and the info, now it's back to studying and grinding. Nice. Fold, Spook. It's a great raise spot. Fold. Come on. Nine blinds. No. Now it's 9. Oh, almost 10. All right. I mean, the stacks are very close. Like, it's so heavy on the top end. Like, the final table average would be like 70,000 or so. But there's a guy with 146, a guy with 115, then it goes 98, 96, and then 50. This is a huge drop-off. This is 5th place right here. This is a huge drop-off. So, I'm pretty much final table with any amount right now. Luckily, a lot of the fatter stacks are on the other table. I don't know about your limp, bro. Dun, 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 dun. Can't be like 9-10 suited or an ace or a 9 or even a king of spades. I don't think queen of spades, but yeah. That's a huge open. Jesus, that's a full pot open. Somebody's not fucking around. Well, I think if it folds to me, I do have to go. Yeah. Yeah, that's a worst case scenario when this guy goes. So we've probably got a 70-30 here where we're on the 30 end. Yep. 5, 6, 3, 5. Damn it. I don't think I can. I'm not supposed to fold there. All right. So we go out in 15th. That sucks. I got $39 for that. And I'll tell you where I ended up. Let's see here. I'm down $30 on the day. I mean, I will say I took some, not beats, but just kind of coolery situations in the 50 NL. But in all honesty, just couldn't really get anything going. So I think I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to try to come back for the evening shift around 7. And thanks you guys for coming out, stick around for the host, and I'll see you later. Have a great night.